Hey everyone, it's Tom Gentile. Welcome to Tom's Trading Room. It's Friday, December 18th, 2015. I'm going to go through the four ETFs that we typically go through, and I want to show you a way to find the highest volatility stocks that are out there that we could look to sell options against, because that's the situation we are in right now, guys. So, Quadruple Witching Friday is what happened today. Among other things, that I think caused a lot of the selling, especially in the afternoon to the downside. Here's the S&P or SPY as we see it. Critical level here at 200. All right, we've got round level support at 200. We've got what looks to be a triple bottom at 200, looking at what happened a week ago with what happened back in October, right around the 200 area. I think we're going to take a stab below 200 on Monday, but I'm more concerned if we close below 200 on Monday, whether or not this sets up for further downside moves that put us way back down into the September and even the August lows that put us down below 190 into the 188 area. All right, so we're going to be paying special attention to that. But right now, I want to pay attention to what's going on right this moment with this load that's in place. The other thing I want to show you is that if you're not already doing this, we can come over here to chart type or chart overlay. And I want you to overlay the 7 to 30 day at the money implied volatility. What that does is that shows you what these at the money options have been doing. Now this right here, this bothers me a little bit, because back when we had the low just a week ago, when we touched 200, we had higher implied volatility than we did today. So does that tell me in order to get to this area of, call it 22 to 23 IV, we need to drop lower? Yes. And that tells me that Monday we could have an interesting day where we see further downside movement in the market. Let's take a look at TLT. This is our bond equivalent. Real quick, TLT, and what will happen is the IV is going to stick up there too. Now, the IV goes down when TLT goes up, and that's exactly what's happening. TLT still hasn't met its resistance level at 124, which means in order to do this, we could probably see further downside movement in the stock market Monday morning, all right? So keep an eye on that. Again, we've got a resistance level at 124 on TLT. All right. Moving over to our friends overseas with the foreign exchange Eurodollar, FXE. Let's take a look and see what's going on with the euro. The euro actually had a good day today. It climbed and created a little outside day. But you know what's going on? It's kind of playing seesaw here between 106 and 108. I really thought we were going to break down below the 106 level and then come back down here and look to test these lows at 103.5. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen too soon. All right, so again, short-term support, we bounced, and then we've got short-term resistance just 2 points higher. Now, the big one that we're looking at is USO, or United States Oil, the oil ETF. Again, hitting fresh lows as we see. How much lower is this going to go? I actually had it going down to 11, and of course now we're sitting at $10.66. Round number support is where we head next, guys, and that's 10. And as we come down to that round number support, I do expect the volatility to creep back up if we do test down around 10. By the way, 10 on USO would translate into about, I'm going to say about $32 a barrel for a barrel of oil. All right, and boy, that's getting cheap. It's getting very cheap. The only ones that can really push this lower than where we are now and still not be in too much of a losing position is Saudi Arabia, because everybody else is losing money every time they pump a barrel of oil, and now the U.S. is involved in it as well, because anything below $35, $36 a barrel, and now we're pumping at a loss as well. All right, last thing I want to show you. So I want you to go to options, and I want you to go to rankers, and I want you to go to the pre-computed IV ranks. All right, because this is going to show you the high and low IV. And what this does is this comes up as a pre-compute, and it shows you the 1 year expense of using IV percentiles. What that basically means is what right now has expensive volatility. All right, what has options that are very expensive. And so to do that, you can also come over here and you can click on expensive for 1 year, which doesn't change the one that just came up. But a couple things I want to show you. All right, so you see Nike, Kinder, Walt Disney. These are big up here in terms of expensive volatility. What's cheap right now with this market dropping like crazy? Come on over and click on Cheap IV. All right, Cheap IV for the year, and you're going to see, does anything in here make sense? Green Mountain Coffee Roasters is the first one that pops up that I see that I know, all right? It's a liquid stock. It has liquid options, and obviously it also has cheap options. When you see where the IV has been in the last year, which was above 111, and where it was at 12.19, and right now we're sitting at IV at about 17.23, which means we're in the low end of implied volatility. These options are cheap based on their range. Okay, guys? Hey, be safe this coming week. It is a holiday week. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, Happy Holidays. But more importantly, be safe because the liquidity drives up the next 2 weeks. It starts to dry up as we go into the Christmas holiday, and then it remains dry between Christmas and New Year's. This trader here will not be trading between Christmas and New Year's simply because of two things. Number one, lower liquidity. Traders are taking the week off. Number two, I am taking the week off. All right, guys. By the way, Tom's Trading Room, we will have limited email support the next 2 weeks because we are going into the holiday season. Keep that in mind. If you have questions, comments, etc., support at TomGentile.com. And for those of you that are getting our detailed outlooks for the week on my weekly newsletter, simply go in and click and log in to the site, Tom'sOptionTools.com. Okay, guys? Again, happy holidays, and we'll be speaking to you soon.